Hi, welcome to Punchies. I'm Sully, and this is Citizen Sleeper 2, Starboard Vector Part 3. Let's get into it.
Punchies!
What the? Seraphine's Alright. Okay. What the? Seraphine's quiet question wakes you from your haze as the rig cuts across the belt. You try to move and feel a wave of flickering pain pass through your body. You flinch and steady your nerves. You find yourself strapped into a seat in the cockpit. Seraphine doesn't seem to have noticed you are awake. You open your mouth to speak, but no words come out. There is a crackle of noise that echoes through the ship's comms. Seraphine is glancing nervously at his console. Something has spooked him. "Sleeper," the voice says, as distorted as it is, cuts through you. It's Lane. We hate this dude. We hate his pants. "I know you're there. You are slipping away," a squawk of noise, "but we can't have that." You don't understand why Seraphine isn't reacting to the sound of Lane's voice. Then you realize he can't hear it. The voice is in your head. "I take this personally, Sleeper. After all my investment, all my care expended upon you, this is how you repay me? I see a little something glinting out there," he continues. "Could that be you?" You don't move, you don't breathe. All you hear is Lane's voice. Something shifts in you, a sudden impetus, a will to move that is not your own. You unclip from your restraint, drifting forward towards Seraphine. Seraphine looks over his shoulder and sees you. "You're up. Take it slow, all right?" There's a transmission coming out of Hexport. Some kind of evac order? He turns back to his console. "Let me check this." You keep moving forward. Something isn't right. You don't feel right. A numbness grows in your body, your fingers flexing without your input. You reach out towards Seraphine. No, not you. Something reaches out towards Seraphine, through you. He turns again to see you reaching for him, grasping at his neck. A tension flickers in his eyes. Fear. A hissing silence, then a rumbling blast. All at once, the rig screams, system seizing in electromagnetic paralysis. All at once, the rig shifts, carried on some shockwave of light. Pain. The darkness. Okay, so we just got controlled. It seemed like we choked him? Voices echo warmly through your mind. You can't quite make out what is being said, and any attempt to focus causes a growing flare of pain, so you let them fill the air, unidentifiable and soft. You're floating, and so you cannot yet feel your weight or its body. The feeling is pleasant, soothing, and yet the moment you realize this, it begins to fade. Pain shoots through your system, a reminder of the terrible damage you have suffered. It is bright, white-hot for a moment, and then it's gone. Something spasms in your fingers, and you flick it away. A sensation crosses the sole of your foot, and you kick your leg. A weight settles itself in your chest. You are awake. You open your eyes to light playing across a surface patterned with stained cushioning. You are alone. The voice is replaced by the hum of air cycling, the distant clank of maintenance systems. You are alone, and this is not your ship. Did we wake up? No, I see the ship right there. We're just like a body in servitude, and we're a robot, and so we're controlling this cybernetic body. So I thought for a second we woke up. You jerk upwards, against the straps that hold you loosely to the berth, suddenly confronted with the last things you remember, an overwhelming numbness, and below it, an insipid animating force creeping through your mind. You pull at the straps and free yourself, floating up from the small habitation room, cushioned and worn, your mind racing. Where is this? You glance around, taking in the small room with its knickknacks tucked beneath webbing, its stained and worn storage units, its faded padding. This is someone's home. Cold light fills the room, and you float over to the dark square of the window. You see stars, the bright pinpricks of drive trails, and skeletal docking bridges. This is a station. More friends. We can make more friends. A sudden hiss draws your attention to the door, which slides open with a puff of equalizing pressure. The entering figure jumps as they see you're awake. You're up. They hesitate in the doorway. "Where's my buddy?" "Your friend, right?" They laugh nervously. I'm not really sure. He hit it out a while ago. I'm Bliss, they shrug. Not sure of what to add. Your friend, Seraphin, is out. Sorry. He brought you here. Here? Right, they nod slowly. This is my room. Not much, I know. We're in my repair bay, on the far spindle, if you know where that is. In the belt? Yeah, they smile sympathetically. In the belt. They look around at the room again. Come on, let's go somewhere a little more comfortable. They hold out a hand. You're safe. Don't worry. You follow them out into the corridor, gliding behind them. They move with the ease of someone who's either born in Zero-G or has spent most of their life in it. They guide you to an enclosed balcony, where heavily scratched, thick acrylic windows look out onto a chaotic-looking wet dock. At the center of the dock is the rig, scratched and worn, but still your ship. It's a reassuring sight. So what happened? Your ship, Bliss pauses. You were lucky I heard your distress signal. You sense they're holding something back. I guess that expensive long-range array I was tricked into buying finally paid off. Well, at least for someone. You were out cold when I got here and have been for all the cycles since. Your friend wasn't in great shape either, but he bounced back fast. I make a habit of doing that. Oh, his clothes changed. Seraphin's voice makes you spin around. Good to see you up. He can't suppress his smile. Glad to be back. I'm doing confident, positive mentality. He nods. Your eyes fall to Seraphin's bandaged abdomen. He notices and pulls his jacket over the wound. This person's cool. Certainly looks better than when you came in. You should have seen. Bliss abruptly stops after Seraphin glances in their direction. Glares. Here. Seraphin pulls a few chits out of his pocket. Catch. He slings them over to Bliss. That's all I could get for now. What are you paying them with? Who do you think put the rig back together? Bliss looks at you apologetically. I know what it looks like, but I'm sorry. I can't work for free. Keeping this place going is bad enough. I get it. We're just thankful that you towed us in. We aren't freeloaders. Bliss looks between the two of you. I'll let you two catch up. I'm glad you're awake. We were worried. They pat you on the shoulder and glide back toward the corridor. With Bliss gone, silence descends on you and Seraphin, both of you unsure what to say. What happened? What do you remember? He looks at you with concern. Lane. Lane? He shakes his head. Seraphin looks out at the rig. He takes a breath, steeling himself for what he is about to say. Hexport is... it's gone. No way. Dropped off the map. No signals, apart from one sent from fleeing ships, he frowns. I don't know what happened. No one does. Your mind skips, unable to focus on the information you've just been told. You think of the constant activity of the bends, the rumble of Factory Row. Karsten, gone. Those fuel tubes are probably gone too. By the time Bliss reached us, we had drifted out of range. They couldn't have seen it go up, but I saw a sleeper. Something exploded, white hot. A moment later, the shockwave was on us. The rig was crippled. Engine kept firing, but guidance went offline, sending us arcing out across the belt. He drops a hand inside his jacket, pressing against the bandage on his side. I managed to get under control, but not before we started spinning. My restraints came loose and you weren't even strapped in, so we both got scrambled. Felt like being trapped in an auto wash. He turns back to you. I'm impressed you made it, to be honest. A flesh and blood human would have been smashed to pieces. He goes silent, the image a little too raw for him to continue. I can't believe it, I guess. You and all the belt, Seraphin sighs. All anyone is seeing is debris and radiation. I picked up a lot of ship transponders before the rig went offline. Maybe some people got out. He stops, unable to add anything more. You both float in silence for a moment. So we lost our tip? Maybe Lane's not chasing us. Seems like it, he looks away. At least that shockwave would have burned our trail out of the belt for now. We already owe Bliss for the work they did on the rig, and it isn't finished yet. A few more cycles, I've been told. Bliss won't hold us hostage, but I don't like to skip out without paying, even if we could get the rig started up. He rubs his necklace between his fingers. Bad karma. Beyond that, we need work, fuel, supplies, and we need to make sure you're okay. After that, he shrugs. I haven't heard of anyone coming after us, and if they did, they'd have to come through Hexport, or what's left of it. The far spindle is way out of Lane's territory anyway. They call this bit of the belt the Wash, and the stations here run differently off to Darkside, so for now, we have some freedom. Seraphim sighs. Freedom to go broke, starve, and even into the more trouble, that is. In all honesty, I was hoping you might have some ideas. I want to explore. The far spindle? There's plenty to see. This is a free station. No one faction holds control, so it's quite the circus. Just watch your step out there. Seraphim pauses and stares down. Look, Sleeper. I'm not sure I can work right now. I just got kicked out of a salvage yard for passing out on the job. Even with the pain meds I've been able to scrape up. It says scare. Oh, scare up. I can fly, that's for sure. But you're going to need some crew if you want to do any serious work. I'm sorry. Don't be. Thanks, Sleeper. He turns away. I'm going to take a rest on the rig. I'm wiped. You look out at the rig as he leaves, the warmth and softness of your waking moments now feeling like a distant memory. Is this what you wanted? Freedom? A chance to work for yourself? Not Lane? Well, here it is, with all the problems and complications you could imagine. And at what cost? Could Lane have wiped out Hexport just to try to end you? You suffer at the thought. Sounds like an amuser. But if not Lane, then who? Theories cloud your mind. I'll push them away for now. Bury it deep down. Now's not the time for theories. You run your hands along your body, feeling the marks and holes left by the hunter's weapons, and you know in that moment you have been irreparably damaged by the encounter. You realize these scars are reminders. You will not be caught like that again. You swear it. You take a breath. Time to make a plan. You've gained some glitch. Glitch dice. Looks like this. The current level of glitch is represented by the glitch clock to the right of your dice. You have a maximum of 6. Each level of glitch you gain will increase your chance of rolling a glitched dice. Each time you roll a glitched dice, you clear 1 level of glitch. Clearly. A glitched dice has 80% chance of a negative outcome when used and a 20% chance of a positive outcome. Uh-oh. Okay, so we gotta fix our broken dice too. New drive. Explore and find crew. Bliss's Bay. The rig is mostly patched up, but Bliss wants to make a few more cycles to run final tweaks and diagnostics. So cycles will fix that. So there's something up here, here. Ooh, this is big. Let me unplug that control. Get those things out of there. Let's start down. The underhang. So I can help residents. Underhang residents couldn't afford to rent further up, so they came here to build their own units. They're always in need of repair work. Or wander the underhang. The underhang grew organically, unit after unit built onto others by refugees and new residents. This makes it a tough place to explore. Many residents of the far spindle live in the ramshackle underhang. It's not an easy place to learn to navigate. So I got negative here, but I'm neutral here. Let's try this. 2. Must be a success. Let's try again. Could be negative. Positive. You find your way to a small community canteen serving from one of the older units and spend the cycle chatting. Okay, so that's good. Improvised residential block. Most of the far spindle workers don't like going out to seal up the new units, so they leave that tiring and dangerous work for outsiders. I got double negative here, so this makes it, no matter what, it's 2080. I think I could get hurt. Could you? I have credits? Okay, so I gotta do good work, but there's no... Oh, earn a meal. I mean, I'll risk it now. What's the worst that could happen? Nothing? Hey, you annoy one of the chefs and they saddle you loading the auto wash. By the time you're done, there isn't much food left. Let's try again. Could fail, but then we gotta sleep anyway. Hey, again. None of those were good. I need to rest again too, but let's see what this is. The core of the spindle is where crews and freelancers mix. Travelers rest and resupply and business gets done. I could explore or I could chat. And then I gotta rest anyway, so what else is this? I could study the manifest. The pinnacle docks are vast and filled with freight haulers and stevedores. This is not an easy place to wander. Alright, so let's get a little cycle going. I would really like to fix my dice. Do I have any points? No points. Food? So I lost some energy, that's fine. I got some okay roll. But when do you get more glitch? 4 will be here. I saw a positive here. Here, we get a +1. Seems safer to cozy up at the terminal and study the manifests to learn this place. Let's get a +1. Pinnacle Explorer, you're starting to understand the elaborate notation of stevedores. The stevedores? Stevedores. I don't know that one. 100% positive. Another one. It all makes sense. Arrivals, departures, the flow of the freight. You can identify the key docks just from their data. And we'll do an 80-20 split. Bad. Wait. No, I did okay. New location discovered. As you glide through the Pinnacle docks, you hear shouting echoing down a corridor. You tentatively change direction, your eyes fixed ahead as the passage widens out into a large bay. Others rush past you, heading towards the commotion. Your eyes are drawn by the bay's vast viewing window, which is currently being spattered with glittering shards of ice. That's what this is. In front of it, a dock worker is shouting to anyone who will listen. Spacers, workers of the far spindle, we need your urgent assistance. The water carrier Springtide has suffered heavy damage in its transit from Wellspring. All able hands, we need you to help secure the cargo. Without this water, Far Spindle will struggle to support you. Please, any who are able to help, please make yourself known. Behind him, a corona of ice ejects from one of the tanks, drawing a pale halo around the ship. A handful of experienced-looking spacers push through the crowd towards the front, and dock workers start to direct them to nearby bridges. I hope I can end a cycle between this. I only got 1 dot. You watch the scene unfold, hesitant in the face of making someone else's problem your own. New drive available. Secure the Springtide. The water hull that has arrived at the far needs help to secure its payload. I want to do that one. Let's take another rest, and then we will also eat. And then... oh. You awake to the sound of blaring proximity alarms. You quickly unstrap from your bunk and dizzily glance around. Lane? Bounty hunters? You kick off and glide to the door. As you do, Bliss pops their head around the corner. Sorry, they look a little sheepish. In all honesty, it's not my fault. Your wiring's all backward. It takes you a moment to understand what's happening. You steady yourself against the doorframe. Sorry, I'm just a little jumpy. I get it. Didn't mean to wake you. It takes you a while to get ready and drift down to the mess to see what's happening. By then, Bliss has turned off the alarms. You find them unspooling wires from a hatch you've never previously noticed in the mess's ceiling. Sorry again, Sleeper. Their voice comes through the ceiling panels, muffled and dull. You settle at a stool, neatly tucking your legs behind the crossbar. How are you doing? Me? I'm working. Helps keep my mind off things. What things? Bliss bends deftly, hooking their legs into the open ceiling so that, from your perspective, they are hanging upside down. They give you a look. Do you really want to know? I think I do. A yawning Seraphim drifts in. He looks between the two of you, amused. What are you both doing up so early? You and Bliss exchange amused looks. What? Never mind. He shrugs and drifts over to the mess's cupboards to hunt for some breakfast. We'll let that be me and Bliss's thing. You turn back to Bliss, but they have disappeared back into the ceiling panels. Before long, the mess is filled with the shrill screech of a power tool. Seraphin looks totally unaffected and hooks himself onto a spool, lazily sucking at a ration pouch while he taps away at his slate. The screech finally stops. After a while, you kick off from your stool. Time to head out. Bliss rushes after you, stopping you in the passageway before you can leave. I have something I want to show you. This is just reading simulator. You guys know so. Bliss leads you off the main corridor into a corner of the ship you don't remember visiting before. You come into a room with low, sloped ceilings, a single round window illuminating some neat tool storage, and a workbench set into the wall. Look, I'm no specialist, but I'm a quick learner and good at repairs, they smile, and I think you have need of me. Yeah, we want Bliss on the crew. They glance at you, a tear in your thick vinyl skin on your arm. Can I take a look? Of course. They smile and lead you towards the workbench. They turn your arm, looking at the tear from all angles. They reach over to the workbench and take a small sealant gun from the rack. You look at the setup. It's basic, but it looks clean and well organized. I can't get germs. I'm a robot. They gently close the tear with sealant, pressing the edges together so it closes up neatly. After they're done, they release your arm and you can barely see the scar. Bliss admires their work. See? They smile. I know it's more serious than a tear, Bliss folds their arms, but I can handle it. You need repairs? Bring me some components to work with. Best quality you can find. The better the components, the easier they'll integrate with your system. I'll do my best to keep you running. Thank you. Don't worry about it. You're a guest in my bay, and I can't have my guests' bodies collapsing now, can I? Plus, I think it benefits me if you think of me as indispensable. I think they're cool. They need some confidence. I should get back to fixing the ship. They leave you in the workshop among the simple tools, considering the particular qualities of your new friend. I like their description as troubled repair technician. Dice repairs now available. Visit the rig workshop above. There we go. You can repair dice at the rig workshop. You can only repair dice which are fully broken. I've got one of those. Repairs require either scrap components or rare components. The better components you use, the less glitches you will suffer. You cannot repair dice during a contract. Do I have any components? Scrap. I need scrap. Okay. Oh, I need food too. Food? Make a meal. Plus 1 energy. Oh, that gave me, that filled my energy up. Okay. So I need to do this. This is just for the good of the people. Yeah, we want to help people. So here's a twofer. I want to save this for when I need it. Bad. But, wait. You struggle with the overnight systems of the ship, but the security countermeasures keep you from rerouting. Let's try 50-50, though. Bad. Everything's bad. Let's try another 50-50. That's gambling. Gambling reading simulator. Finally. Okay, so we got this one. This is as cycles go, that's bad, but we need this. You managed to start shifting the water from a damaged tank to a more stable one using the infiltration system. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to do that. Signal station. Align arrays and interpret signals. What do we get for doing this, though? Let's see here. We want this. Because this will complete whatever this section is. We want that. You feel like you have a good sense of the key locations of the Pinnacle Docks. The Pinnacle Docks are vast and filled with freight haulers. Pardon me. This is not an easy place to wander. Okay, so new location. New location discovered? We need to take a cycle anyway. Insight. If I had fixed that, if I could get that fixed, it'd be good. You jerk, suddenly awake. A fragment is lodged in your mind, a shard of sound, of signal, a tone. It resonates like tinnitus, obviously internal, inescapable. You look down to see your hands blurred, your fingers dancing as if they were typing. Your fingers flap like caught birds. It takes all your focus to settle them. You force yourself back into them, a sensation like squeezing on a tight pair of gloves. You flex your hands a little, to feel them, test them. What was that? You take a deep breath to calm yourself, but as you do, you are reminded that you don't need to breathe. It's a claustrophobic sensation that you cannot shake. Oof. You get up, push off the wall, pull on your clothes. Anything to escape the dreams that hover over the back of your mind. Seraphin drifts in casually, heading to his bunk to grab something. You can't shake the strange sensation that he has just drifted into your mind. He shoots you a glance. I said, "Are you okay?" He gives you a concerned look. "You look terrible." "Not really." "You need to talk to me, Sleeper." Seraphin gives you a look. "This is my partner." He sighs. "I know something happened back when we were leaving Hexport." "I don't know." "I saw it, Sleeper. Saw something change in your eyes." He pauses, looking for the right way to explain. "They were cold, fixed. I've never seen that before." He looks away. "Back when we first met, I knew at once you were human. I knew because of your eyes. I'd never met a Sleeper before, but I knew immediately that you were no machine. It was obvious. But then, on the rig, I couldn't see that anymore. I don't know what happened." "What did it feel like?" He gives you a curious look. "I have this." Damn it. I don't get good rolls. You close your eyes and recall the moment. You remember Lane's voice, the rig hot and close, the numbness. And then you see it glittering in the non-space in your mind, thin and bright like spider silk, a thread. "Sleeper?" His voice interrupts your thoughts. You open your eyes to his irritated face. "Are you even listening? We need to get you checked up. We need to know what's happening. This isn't just about you." "But where?" "I've been asking around. There's another station near this one, Flotsam. It's a mess, an accumulation of wrecks and docked ships, but it also houses some of the best artificers in the wash. We should go there as soon as the rig is ready." "I'll think about it." "If you can't do it for yourself, do it for me, please." "Look, I know I don't know what it's like to be a Sleeper. I understand there are things you can't tell me, can't show me, but I do know how fear can keep you from doing what you need to do. I'm not going to nag you about it, but it needs to be done." He passes by you as he leaves the bunks, squeezing your shoulder as he does, leaving you to your thoughts. You finish getting dressed, feeling your body, its strangeness, even though you wish you didn't. At the very least, you think you need to find someone who can stop you falling apart. Maybe Flotsam isn't such a bad idea. You push the thought to the back of your mind. There's a cycle ahead, and the rig isn't ready. When it is, then you'll see. I want to finish everything here. I like finishing things. That's not good. Kitchen? Here we go. Okay, we're almost done with this. The underhang. Let's win this. There we go. You got to know the community that settled in the underhang and their humble neighborhood. New location. It's... Was I just here? Oh, okay, here we go. Process raw scrap. This could give me the better scrap to fix my dice. Let's see. Processed scrap. I could take a shift. I'm not good at engineer stuff. Or I could buy scrap. Let's see if... Do I have enough? Rare components or scrap components. Can I get scrap components here? Let's buy one, see what it is. Scrap components. Cool. Here. I need 2. I'm figuring this out. Alright. So now I can... This is gonna... Okay, dice slot. 1 upgrade point. Cool. Minor drive complete. Can't buy anything for 1 though. Let's fix the water thing. This will probably give us an upgrade point too, which we would like. Neutral, but we're close. This could be bad. Dang, dude. Alright. Gambling march? Is there food here? Let's get some food. Can we buy food? No. Can we buy food here? No. Alright. It looks like we're... Let's see. You use all your energy. No starving. While starving, you gain 1 stress per cycle, and any energy you lose incurs stress. Eat to regain energy. Now I have to do more reading. As you drift lazily down the ship's mess, you hear raised voices. You steel yourself for a moment at the entrance and slip inside. Seraphin sits, hooked up to his usual stool, his slate glowing beside him. He's shaking his head as you enter. Bliss, meanwhile, is floating freely, gesticulating sharply as they explain something important. I don't see why not, Bliss chops at the air. It's not like you have an alternative. We can get the cryo. It'll take time, but we can get it. That was the deal, Seraphin speaks calmly, trying to placate Bliss. Sleeper. Let's see what Sleeper thinks. Thinks about what? They both fall silent for a moment. Seraphin sighs. The rig's ready, Sleeper. I fixed it. Hell, I've improved it. She's purring thanks to me. Now, wouldn't you say, having done such an incredible job, I deserve to be paid properly for my work? A refit and retune like this would typically cost my clients hundreds of cryo, even if I was feeling charitable. Seraphin sighs loudly. He knows where this is going. See, I could make you pay, and maybe you could even scrape the cryo up, but not without taking a contract and taking the ship off station, leaving me in the lurch. We wouldn't do that, Seraphin starts, but Bliss holds up a hand to shush him. So I have a proposition, one that clears the debt completely. They pause. I will turn around the open sign on this little bay of mine and join up with you. Yes, we want them on our team. You keep me in work, give me my split, and give me transit to wherever you're headed. I'll even keep this rig of yours working for free. What could be better than that? Us paying and being on our way with no hangers-on. Seraphin folds his arms and looks at you. Tell them, Sleeper. Actually, we could use their help. See, Sleeper gets it. You can use my help. I'm an excellent engineer, a tidy shipmate, and a half-decent chef. I'm done with Farspindle. I'm done not taking not enough jobs for not enough cryo on a station where I know nobody. You're welcome. Seraphin holds up his hands. Look, we appreciate it, but we are on the run, Bliss. Trust me, you're better off here. Even telling you this could put you in danger. Bliss pauses, then they start laughing. On the run? They shake their head, smiling. You expect me to be scared off by that goofy shit? It's true. Bliss shrugs. This system is at war. The belt is spiraling into a crisis. Everyone's got something. I know you were at Hexport. Seraphin looks at them open-mouthed, searching for a retort. What happened there? Who's to say it won't happen here? I'm not sitting around watching all this play out any longer. Something has to give. Bliss turns to Seraphin. Look, you've done your due diligence or whatever. You're on the run. I've been warned. I accept the risks. That's it. At the end of the day, your ship is clamped into my bay. So unless you know my encryption protocols, there's not much left to discuss. They're very sure of themselves in this scenario. That's good. They've got us there. He looks at you, and then at Bliss. Looks like we've gained a crewmate. But I'm moving to the engine room. He drifts off towards the bunks to gather his things. You and Bliss exchange a nervous look. Sleeper. Welcome aboard. Bliss smiles and gives you a half-hearted mock salute. You leave. Bliss... You leave Bliss in the galley and head for the cockpit. The rig is ready to fly again, but the next question is, where to take her next? I'm not the best reader. You've unlocked the belt map. Go to the map and press the belt button to travel to other hubs and discover new parts of the starward belt. I'm not doing that yet, but let's eat. Here. Bada boom. And then let's look at the map. Whoa. What's this? Debris, field settlement, greenbelt. We can't go there. Irradiated zone. Impassable hazard. Oh, this is the impassable hazard. Flotsam, that's where we have to go next. It's a flotilla. Flotilla. Remote asteroid colony. Debris field. So we have to go here, basically. Wellspring. That's okay. Alright, let's... I wonder if we can get supplies. I'm not. Oh well, let's keep fixing this guy, because we did... We can align arrays. The signal station makes use of the network, synchronizing them as specialist work. Let's try. This is my bad dice. I'm glitching. Hey, I made money. Got a positive outcome to glitch dice. Let's do the water freighter. We're close to this. There we go. Bad. Let's try a 3. Okay, so neutral. Let's try one more. I mean, we don't really, you know. Shoosh. We're gonna have to figure out food soon. We're pretty close also to, I think we've only got one more cycle of glitches. A brief respite. Hexport's demise has put a barrier between Darkseid and Far Spindle. Lane can't follow, so for now you're safe. I'll be able to if I don't leave today. Let's get this finished. There we go. Minor drive, 1 upgrade point. Continue. You watch from the docking bay's viewing window as the crumpled, vast hull of the Springtide is finally welded shut by a score of bright torches flickering against its side. Everywhere I look, I see a crisis, the voice comes from beside you, and you turn to see a man floating there, watching the repair work. You don't recognize him. His name's Malik, obviously. I saw you out there helping the crew. He turns to you with a serious look. They needed it. You aren't wrong, he pauses, watching you carefully. I haven't seen you in the Spindle before. What, if I may ask, is your business here? I'm running a crew, he nods. I see. Springtide is my ship. That's this one? His face remains impassive. At least I am her captain. I do not own her. The Lodic Syndicate, my employer, was the one who put her into service. Glad to meet you. You have my thanks for assisting with the repairs. We were caught by some autonomous Conway munitions. He looks out at a ship. The Wellspring run is getting more dangerous every cycle. And after Hexport, I don't expect things to improve. You both quiet for a moment, the loss of the station still inspiring silence in anyone who mentions it. Tell me, Malik meets your eye. As a sleeper, do you feel you have advantages over others, or do the particular condition provide only weaknesses? Not needing to breathe air is cool, but glitching is bad. There are many downsides. I notice if I rolled better, I'd say something positive. He nods, of course. But you are stronger, hardier, more capable than most humans. He gestures towards the springtide. Your work on my ship only evidences your abilities. You far outperformed even my own crew. He looks at you, angling his head in deference. In conditions that are usually deadly. Sadly, despite even your good work, our losses have been great. And the administration at the Far Spindle are not happy. We are to be impounded here until the Lodic Syndicate fulfills the agreed water freight. He frowns at the crumpled-looking ship. This war continues to pressure the belt. What will you do? This is where you are needed, Sleeper. Malik folds his arms. My crew tells me you have a ship. You have workers. This is what I need. As we fled from the Conway attack, our navigator registered something of great interest. A water-rich asteroid. One I believe is previously unknown to the syndicates. For now, I have sworn him to secrecy, as I must you. But if this asteroid could be surveyed, its value confirmed, it would more than make up for the shortfall of the springtide. Let him continue. I want you to survey the asteroid for me. It is a simple enough job, but its location, so close to the edge of the wash, is problematic. I'll look at the map after. However, you have shown yourself to be very competent. If you are careful, there is no reason you should have problems with Conway or any other hostile party for that matter. And what do I get? I will, of course, reimburse you with a portion of the fee the Far Spindle administration are withholding from me. 250 cryo is my offer. How will your employer feel about that? The Lodic Syndicate only cares that its water is delivered and its fees paid. I am free to make sure this happens in a timely and efficient manner as I see fit. Malik passes you a thumbnail drive. Here are details on the tests I need you to run for the survey. A sample core of ice from deep within the asteroid should give you enough material to work with. Nobody on my team is a tank, so hopefully I don't have to drill or something. You notice a member of Springtide's crew waiting quietly at a distance, and Malik nods to them discreetly. This is a delicate matter, Sleeper. Survey the rock, and on your return, broadcast the results to my personal terminal. The frequency is in that data. He pauses, meeting your eye. The results go to me, only to me. Then, once the matter is resolved, you will be paid. I am needed, but I expect you to have all you need. I have enjoyed watching you work, Sleeper. Impress me again. And with that, he bows a little and drifts away to meet his crew member. After watching him go, you turn back to the springtide. Still impressive, despite being sparred with curls of ice and tiny and shiny with fresh welds. You imagine any captain of a ship like that has been through a lot to get where they are. That makes them a valuable ally, or a dangerous adversary, depending on where you are. You hope with Malik you can find your way to being the former. Just getting jobs on jobs. I don't want to end the cycle because that's going to make me have to run. So I'm going to take the map and we're going to go. We don't have supplies for that, so let's go to the belt. Go to Flotsam. No fuel. I guess I just need to sleep and get caught again? Maybe I can use some of these. Well, no, I don't want to run out of energy. Something flickers in the back of your mind. You stop. You have to stop to blink it away. It is a tightness behind your left eye, an aching point that refuses to move. And then the voice begins, hissing through the background noise of the rig's systems, a new whine amongst the chorus of life support and ventilation. Sleeper. The hiss brings Lane's sharp features to mind. I suppose you thought you had slipped my net. Hexport jumps into your mind, an image of the station emulating in white light, though we were not conscious to witness it. You are distant, his voice hisses into white noise, but you are not free of me yet. I'm coming, Sleeper, and I will retake control of what is mine. The closer I come to you, the more you will feel it. Lane moves your finger to tap your forehead. In here. Until you cannot resist. A bright smile, pale eyes, a growing hiss that hurts. Then the hiss is gone, the rig suddenly quiet, the stinging tightness diffusing your eyes, but the fear remains. Fear always remains with this guy. Sleeper, you good? You were talking. Lane is coming. You feel him, right? We can use that. Stay ahead of him. We can do this. We're fast and smart. We keep moving. We don't stay anywhere for long. And we find a way. Somehow. You nod, but you do not know how Lane is able to reach into your mind like this. How he's able to speak into you, but you want so desperately for it to stop. You must find out what he has done to you before it's too late. You must stay ahead of Lane at all costs. It's my main drive. Lane's hunting you again. His progress will be tracked by the hunt clock. If this is filled, he will catch up with you. It will increase once every cycle you spend in the hub. However, each time you travel, the hunt will reduce by 3. This is the hunt. If you keep moving, you can stay one step ahead of Lane. I need food badly. Supplies. So, task chance per cycle is supplies. Any supplies? Any supplies? Any supplies? No. Any supplies? Oh, maybe I can get supplies here by earning a meal. Let's put a high one in. It's still only 50. Let's put a low one in first and just see. There you go. I got an energy. You annoy one of the chefs. I got 1 energy for that. This is like a place to spend credits, and that means this is too. So I can make money here. Only vouched for members can gamble on the venture, but bar shifts are easy to come by, mostly because they pay you in tips and a little more. If you want to gamble, you'll need a member's backing. Perhaps after enough shifts, you'll find a sponsor. I don't know. I don't really care for that, but it looks like one of my only ways. So I guess I'll make money for now. 1. +5 cryo, +1 gamblers. It's not enough. Let's try this one. Signal station. +13 cryo. Let's try one more. +13 cryo. Pretty good. I just have to keep cycling, I guess. What are these? -2 stress if reroll 6. Reroll random dice, but +1 rolled. What does that mean? Oh, +1 rolled, okay. I would really like to level these up. I might save on these a little bit, because I would prefer to get like an engineer, or I could just make my interface even better, but these would be good too. Let's end the cycle. More reading? What do you think? I'm starving. Okay, so they did not get supplies.